It's done! Welcome to the Dice Gods. My name is Hydra, and today we are going to be talking about, or reviewing, technically, the Humber II kit for bolt action from Warlord Games. If you missed it, there was a video just about a week ago about this and the Warlord kits in general that kind of elicited a reaction. So this is kind of a follow-up to that. We're going to be talking a little bit about that video, but there are some things I want to touch on around that video, and then I want to talk more about this kit, this little guy here, and what the experience was like of building that and how that went, and some of the reaction I got, and some other good things that happened. So we're going to start with a thanks as ever to our Patreons and channel members, including Sean Colburn, Old Man Rogers, Chaos Discordia, Ring Wolf, Chris Sexton, and Kaz, plus all the other ones at a slightly lower level who are just as awesome, but don't get to be here with the other cool kids. If you like what we're doing here, do please consider becoming a member. It costs less than a coffee, lets me do more stuff, more good. And I want to do more bolt action. It's a matter of time. So there is that. But let's get back into this. So in the video just about a week ago, I talked about my experience with this kit and how that went, because this is my second. The first little guy, went in the bin. He got trashed. In case you didn't see the video, essentially, I had such a poor experience building that particular kit that I got to a point with it that I was done and it went in the bin. That was my first one ever to go in the trash. I've never trashed one of these before. The feedback that I got from that video, because it's not just this Humber kit, I've had that with pretty much all the other Warlord kits that are out there. There's been something, there's some that you're like, that's amazing. The Churchill kit, beautiful. The Tiger kit was fine. The Panzer 3 and 4 kit and the Stug kit, oh my god. Those were not pleasant experiences. The Matilda 2, fine. That great little kit. So they're so variable and there's so many differences in the way that the kits work and the instructions work, and there's it's a crapshoot what you're going to get. And that is kind of not good enough, which was my point. It was interesting seeing the responses that came back. As you'd expect, I got some trolls. Who knew? You're always going to get them. But for clarity's sake, if you did troll, if you did come in and just get good, mofo, and try to be unpleasant, A, you missed the point of the video, and B, I'm just going to remove the comment. Not because I care, because to be clear, you can troll me all day. I don't know you. You certainly don't know me, and I don't care. That's the honest truth of the matter. So I'd remove it because I don't want people within our community to see that kind of toxicity and see that's what wargamers are. It may be true for a subset of this community, but for most wargamers, I know that they are kind, community-focused, and generous of spirit. They want new players to come in, they want those new players to have a good experience, and they want to help teach people to get involved with this, what can be incredibly rewarding hobby. There were some people who disagreed with me and eloquently put it, and I found it interesting. I saw their point of view. I learned some things, which was really cool. It didn't change my fundamental experience, but it was interesting to see people that disagreed with me and see their perspective. That I am here for. That kind of constructive discussion all day long. If you have a different view from me, I want it. I don't think that I'm right just because I've got a YouTube channel. In fact, I know I'm not. There are many cases where I'm simply not right. And most YouTubers, we're doing this subjectively, our own lived experience. I mean, when it comes to modelling, I have said repeatedly, I can do these incredibly well. If I just wasn't so in much of a damn rush, because I am. I don't like building kits. So I like them to go together quickly, and then I want to paint them, and then I want to play them. That's my trajectory. I don't mind spending a bit more time on painting. I find that great. But the actual modelling and gluing together bit, it's a faff. I don't particularly enjoy it. These should not be, as I've said before, master kits. They should be accessible to everybody. If you're just joining the hobby, you should be able to pick this up and build it. And at the moment, you can't, and that for me is a problem, which was my point in the video. So the raft of people that came on to say, you're using the wrong glue, the issues a lot of the time with this kit is with the design and with the instructions. How different glue changes the instructions being wrong, I don't know, but good job. Those who suggested you read the whole book, no, because I did. I read the whole book, but it's not possible to really see the issue until you get there. So let's just quickly talk about the actual issue itself. For those who didn't see, if you didn't see this before and you're just diving in now, let's talk about that. So this is the instruction leaflet for this kit. And this is the problematic part. So you've built the turret at this point. The problem was, at the bottom there, D, you stick the sides onto the top. When you stick the sides onto the top, you stick the front and the back on, and then you stick the bottom in. The problem is that that bottom piece, number 43, which is, you can see two holes towards the front and the back, those are where the wheels sit. That is bigger than the gap which remains to fit it in. You kind of have to get it through a gap that's too small. And in fact, if I switch back to here, look at the bottom. So this is the bottom of the vehicle. You can see these point inwards. So the gap that this sits in here is bigger than the gap it has to get through that the sides here and the back, the front and the back here make. It's shaped like that. So it has to go here and it's shaped like that. That's not achievable. What I actually did with this guy, I think we go back to the pictures for this one. What I actually did with this guy is what I've done there is that's an issue that we hit. So I stuck the top onto one side and a warping in the chassis there, or the top part, sorry, upper part of the chassis. This is what I ended up with. So I've stuck the top to one side, I stuck the front and the back on, and then I stuck the bottom in, and then I stuck the other side on. We should have taken more pictures of that in hindsight, but we didn't. So this piece here, I've got the top on one side, I then stuck the front and the back on, and then you can slide the base in. That worked. That absolutely worked. And was relatively painless, to be fair. It was still not as tidy as I wanted it to be. This piece at the front, one of these sides on, and then the base goes in, and then the other side goes on. It's probably a clearer way of saying it. It was still not that tidy. It was a little bit of a faff, but it was much less of a faff, and it actually fitted because I wasn't trying to get a size 9 base through a size 7 hole, which was good. But the instructions don't say that. They say that you can just teleport through. It's perfectly fine. It was not fine. So having ignored the instructions, I got this together. It went together okay. There are still some issues with this kit. So this is it built. It's fine. There's some little bits of flesh that I could have been a little bit more tidy with. You're completely right. However, there are some issues, and there you can kind of see it. That gap, I've missed the gap that the wing mirror goes in. The shape of the wing mirror that goes down is kind of, it's a little post with a round bit on the bottom, and then you've got a semicircle for it to fit in, but the semicircle is noticeably larger than the pole that goes in. There's no solid fit, which is really weird, because there's other parts on this where there are some quite nice solid fits, where you have like a square that goes into a square hole, and it fits. This is a big semicircle that has to hold a smaller semicircle and sort of can wobble around. So this one over here isn't quite straight. I'm going to have to pop him off. I didn't pick it up at the time, but I'm going to have to pop him off and have another go at gluing him in, because it doesn't sit in a space. It sort of rests and you have to wait for it to dry. In addition to that, as we saw a minute ago, these pieces which hold the wheels on, they go into a single hole on the base. And their contact points are relatively small. It's kind of on a slight semicircle, so there's a bit of play up and down. And as we'll see on the video, right there, what I've ended up with is a bit of wobble on the wheels, so the armoured car just wibbles a bit. Is it a major thing? No. Is the wing mirror a major thing? No. Is the fact that the turret still has to be, see, it comes up slightly to turn it. It's just stiff. It's just unpleasant to do. The result is fine, but that's the problem. A lot of the kits that I get from Warlord are fine. And what I want is nice playing pieces. We have it from other systems, and I know a lot of you were very clear. They're like, no, we have this problem with this, we have this problem with that. Okay, that's great. There are other manufacturers that I don't have that problem with. So the fact that other people are crap as well doesn't mean to say that it's okay for these to have issues. What I want is a nice onboarding experience for people to come into the system without a community around them and buy this kind of box and be happy with it and build it cleanly and quickly and without too much hassle. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be nice enough, and then to play with it. And if you have a degree of experience, to be able to put it together relatively quickly, relatively cleanly, and to feel that, yeah, that's okay. I feel that's, it's all right. It's not, I'm not going to be, I know that when I'm done with this and I've painted it, I'll spend a while painting it, but I'm never going to be proud of it. It's always going to be like, that's okay. I know I'm going to love my Matildas, however they turn out, because they were a joy to put together. Those I'm going to just love, because they went together well. I'm going to paint them beautiful. This is always going to be like, oh yeah, but the turret, oh yeah, but the wheels, oh yeah, but I had to stick it together. It's a negative experience. And going back to the original video, before we finish this review off of this, the thing that upset me was not negative comments. It was not people trash talking or anything. I don't care about that. Not anyone disagreeing with me. As I say, I welcome disagreement. It gives me an opportunity to challenge my own beliefs and have a think about what I'm thinking and learn from it. This is good. What really disappointed me was that there were several people, in fact quite a few people, that commented that they'd had the same experience. They'd had another kit and it was just a bit crap. And it left them disappointed. There were some people that had bounced off the game. They said, yeah, no, this is exactly what happened to me. I left it. I just couldn't. That's people who wanted to be our fellow gamers in Bolt Action who aren't, because of kits like this. And that's really sad. This is a hobby. It's supposed to be fun. You're supposed to pick it up and be like, yay, this is enjoyable, and spend some time sticking it together. It can be, to an extent, challenging, and it can be something that you have to learn from. But if the instructions are wrong, this is not okay. And for all you out there saying, oh yeah, you need to get good, you need to try these different techniques, you need to magnetize it, you need to use a different type of glue, whatever. If the product is incorrectly produced, it doesn't matter. There is a problem, and that will push players away. And we all end up with fewer opponents. We all end up with fewer people in the system, which is just a shame. It's not how it should be. That said, I did get some feedback from Warlord. We had an interesting discussion. I really appreciated it. They reached out to me on Instagram. We had a chat. And it turned out that they'd never received my email, even though their system had sent me a confirmation that it had received the email. It just didn't register. I don't know, maybe it was depressed as well. Who knows? So they looked into it. They've raised some of the issues. I took some of the feedback that you guys gave me, some more thoughts I'd had, put that into a message with the guys, pushed that across to Warlord. And they said they sent it off to the design team, and, you know, it is what it is. Will it go anywhere? I don't know. I hope so, because I want to see more people in this system. It's why I'm talking about it. It's why we're having this conversation. And I hope that, you know, I'm hearing that the newer kits don't suffer from it. I already own an M3 Lee / Grant. If I didn't, I'd buy one of those. But I'm hearing the new kits are better. This is good. I will at some point find out and do a review for myself and see how they are. But even if that's the case, this will still be the official Humber kit. It is still wrong. The instructions are incorrect. There are issues with this kit, and that is a shame. I hope that Warlord think about it and make some changes going forward. It sounds like they are. I hope that continues and moves throughout the range, which is vast, and I do understand it will take time, and that's perfectly fine. I hope they get there, and I'll be there supporting them. You know, I buy Warlord kits because I want the new player experience, but also because I want to support Warlord. I want to give them money to grow as a company, to develop as a business. Somebody said it in one of the comments, and I was like, yep, that is also one of the reasons I do this. I don't think I mentioned that in the last video. It's important that these guys can make a living to continue to develop this system. And yes, some of you said it's just a cash grab. They don't have you don't have confidence in the company itself. I do. From what I've seen, they are genuine enthusiastic, excited about their product, passionate about their product. The conversation I had with Marcus last year, nothing but love for the team there. They seem to be doing great things, but their products are not meeting the standard that I would expect, and I think that they would expect. So we should say that. We shouldn't just go, oh, well, you can get around it this way. No. You pitch this stuff to the lowest common denominator, to the newbie who's never used an X-Acto blade in their life and doesn't know how glue works. Those are the people you aim for, not the veteran. Veterans don't matter to this. New players do. Because if a new player can build it, a veteran's going to have a breeze. Great. But if only a veteran can build it, the new players don't join the system, and that's bad. Where am I with the Humber Mark II/4? It's cute. It is. I mean, look at the little guy. It's cute. I think it's going to be fun to run in game. I do. As part of my 8th Army, as part of my mid-war 8th Army, it's going to be great to have in there. I'd love to have 2 of these, but I can't bring myself to do another one. I just can't. This will be the only one that I run. Because I just can't be doing with this kit again. It's not going to happen. As a product, it is the weird situation where you have to say, if you completely ignore a chunk of the instructions, it's all right. It's fine. As a playing piece, it's going to be fine. With a lick of paint on it, you won't know the difference. I will, but my opponents won't, and it'll always be but it's fine. As a playing piece, it will be fine. If you are a new modeler, if you have not done building of this kind of stuff before, that's brand new to you, I would say, before you order the product, see if you can find people online to talk about it, who talk about it, people like me, or go over and ask Reddit, say, is this kit good? Because some of us do want to just support Warlord. We want to do that. We want to give them money to grow and develop. That's fine. If that's you, that's fair. If you want to buy Rubicon, or the other myriad of organisations that are out there, you do want a different scale, whatever. Have people suggesting 20mm, 172 scale, all this kind of stuff. Cool. That's great. I want to do 28mm, as Bolt Action was designed for, use the official Bolt Action stuff. If that is you, ask the community what that specific kit is like, if there are any tips or tricks to building it. Because if anyone ever says to me now, Humber, how do I build it? Oh, let me tell you. Don't do this thing. If you're going to build the Stug or the Panzer IV or the Panzer III, don't do the Scherzen. It's a nightmare. Don't go near it. I've still got to pick the bones out of 3 vehicles that have got Scherzen on that I need to attach. Ask the community, ask experienced people what their experience of it was. And guys, if people ask for experience on a specific kit in Warlord, don't just turn around and go Rubicon or print it. My God. If I got €1 for every time Rubicon was mentioned in the comments section, I'd have made a bit more money on that video, to be honest with you, the last one. And probably on this one, to be fair. I see you. Overall, my view of the Humber kit remains the same as it was last time. It's frustrating. I shouldn't need to ignore the user manual to build a kit. That's just not one of the options, and the fact I do is a shame. I really appreciate that Warlord got in contact with me via Instagram. I really appreciate the conversation we had. I really appreciate they took the feedback and that they pushed it into their team. I hope that they see the comments within the community and they appreciate that there are new players there saying, yeah, no, I've had the same experience. It was crap. I hope that they take that to heart and learn, because I'm here to promote the game. I'm here to get more players in, and that's going to be harder to do if we have a poor product. But there we go. That's my thoughts and feelings on this. That's quite enough on the Humber. We draw a line and we're going to talk about more fun stuff with Warlord coming soon, and with Bolt Action specifically coming soon. The Conflict 47. Yeah, that's looking good, isn't it? Talk about that soon too. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Do please like, share and subscribe. And if you want to go down in the comments and start the bin fire again, I think I've given you enough matches. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Take care. Goodbye.